Lionel Racing, a subsidiary of Lionel. Lionel is the iconic train maker that's been around since 1900, makes toy trains and collectible trains for the high-end passionate collectors, as well as Lionel Racing. And we make the replicas of the cars that run on track for NASCAR at their weekly race events. We also have the relationship with NHRA, the drag racing, to make their replicas of cars and sell them for them. Our headquarters are in Concord, North Carolina, which is where our warehouses are. We have two. We have approximately 150,000 square feet of space, and we distribute that through many channels. We go to the mass retailers, the big box people such as Walmart and Toys R Us and Macy's and Costco and so on and so forth. We have a dealer wholesaler network we deal with that really cater to either entry-level people or also the passionate collectors. That's where they go to get the specific trains or die-casts they may be looking for. We have our own e-commerce sites at Lionel Store and LionelRacing.com, where we sell our product. We also have a channel we call direct-to-consumer. Some of the other big box retailers have their websites that they sell our products on. We fulfill for them. So some challenges with that, because every retailer has its own varying needs and challenges to make sure that we're getting their product to them. And one of our big direct-to-consumer channels we deal with is Amazon. You know, we're on their website and fulfill for them through our facility. And our last one is corporate. Those are the sponsors of the teams in NASCAR that may have a corporate event, such as Jimmy Johnson sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's may call us up and say, we want 1,000 of his cars because we're having some big corporate event that we want to pass them out as. So those are the channels that we deal with. To us, omni-channel is of varying sales channels we have, the varying companies we deal with, and again, there are myriad of needs specific to a particular retailer or a particular dealer, wholesaler, or direct-to-consumer or e-commerce. We're looking how to, one, maximize our sell rate, meet the highest level of quality with our product, and in a timely fashion. So accuracy is very important to us, making sure we deliver the product to the consumer or big box or whoever it may be that has purchased it from us in a timely manner, and all doing it at the lowest cost, of course. Everybody we deal with has a different set of requirements, and if we're going to be a successful partner for them, with them, we've got to be able to meet their requirements, whether it's a fast turn time. Many of the direct-to-consumers we deal with, they want it branded. Even though it's shipping out of our facility, they want it branded as if it's coming from them. So we've got to make sure the packing list and the box and everything else looks like it's coming from whoever we're dealing with. So again, with everyone we deal with, to be a viable partner with them, we certainly have to make sure that we meet their requirements and their obligations, or we don't get to participate. And not participating in those channels today is not an answer or not a solution we're looking for. I mentioned earlier Lionel and Lionel Racing, two different subs. Lionel Racing, Lionel now and Lionel Racing is headquartered in Concord, North Carolina. Lionel purchased the die-cast business in 2010 and added it as a second product mix to complement their train business. Lionel was headquartered in Chesterfield, Michigan. They had their facility, inventory, storage, and fulfillment process was handled by a 3PL out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. 2012, we as a company decided to consolidate all of the shipping, fulfillment, inventory into one location, our location in North Carolina. Suddenly, our comfort zone of just having to deal with the die-cast business in North Carolina magnified by 3 times when we added in the trains. So now, key metrics really elevated were inventory management, making sure we're taking care of that, fulfillment time and accuracy all became highly, highly visible in trying to figure out how we make that effective now that we've got all inventory in one spot. We went from having roughly $4 million in inventory in the racing side. We brought in Lionel. Our inventory on hand went to $20 million. We had to double our warehouse space. We were operating in 75,000 square feet of warehouse space. We had to get another facility. We're now at 150,000 square feet. So having the benefit of pulling it all in one spot brought us some technical challenge. And how do we better manage the business that, in essence, is just quadrupled from what we were used to? A lot of the technology needs, we went outside to help us improve our shipping and fulfillment process and inventory management. At the time, we dealt with Oslink, who just did a wonderful job of helping us, now part of Descartes. They're a great, great partner with us because, one, their service model to us has been fabulous. They respond quickly, they're very attentive. Two, they customize their basic offering to meet our particular environment. There's no shipping environment, I would suspect, that's the same anywhere. Everybody's got their own different needs and different ways of operating inside of your organization. They have customized their offerings to us to meet our need. And another great point behind them, because they have a variety of customers, they've done this many times, they've helped us with best practices. So we'll come to them and go, hey guys, we kind of want to improve this shipping process. We want to shorten the turn time from when the product comes in to when the product goes out. And we're thinking about doing something like this. And they'll say, well, we've had another customer with a similar situation, and this is what they did. And we go, wow, that sounds great. You know, we didn't think of that. So they've helped us reach to different levels that, you know, that one that we asked them to help us get to, and then also offered us some suggestions of things we had not yet thought of. So they've been a great partner with assisting us with that. Good Lord, we need more time to tell me about our integration challenges when we merged Lionel in, but NetSuite is our ERP. That's what we were using at the time. Lionel Racing was brought into the mix with Lionel. Lionel had an AS400 legacy system that we've since converted over, and so now, you know, both subsidiaries, the entire company is now on NetSuite. So that is our order management, our fulfillment. We use, you know, the basic pillars of an ERP of finance, accounting, and the supply chain and the CRM pieces of what NetSuite offers. So much of the orders that we deal with come into us electronically. When you're dealing with the big boxes and the dealers, wholesalers, they're sending you in bulk many orders, requesting many things. So now we use EDI as our order processing, our invoicing, our ASN processing. That, and Oz works well with the EDI partner we have is called SPS Commerce. And SPS is taking the EDI information, so much of that information must be processed through our shipping to produce specific labels or the ASN that we need to turn around and send back out. And so Oz and SPS have a very close relationship as well, again, working together to provide the tools we need to run our business. We got familiar with Oz back before Lionel Racing was acquired by Lionel. We were using Oz in a previous life on our e-commerce site, on the die-cast piece with NASCAR. So one of the wonderful challenges we have with NASCAR, if you're a NASCAR fan, you know they run races every Sunday and there's a winner at the end of that race. We make a replica of that win car down to scratches, dents, as that car finishes and crosses the finish line and wins. We pre-sell those cars. So let's say, good Lord willing, Dale Jr. wins, who is our biggest product seller. He wins on Sunday. We will sell many of those cars because people are his fans and his collectors. So the race will end at 4 o'clock, let's say. By 4:15, we have that car up on our website, trying to find out how many we're going to make. So we'll take 2,000 orders, whatever the number may be. It may be more, maybe less, but let's say we have 2,000 orders. Those cars deliver in roughly 90 days. So we'll make those cars, and then they're shipped to us. Our manufacturing facility is in China. Those cars come in through a container. As soon as they hit our dock, we'll turn that entire container inside of 8 hours. Again, there's a great demand for that. The whole process of when you've got 2,000 orders that need to be fulfilled inside of an 8-hour turn is something we reached out to Oz 10 years ago, roughly, to help us integrate that into our system at the time. And they did a wonderful job of allowing us to batch that process. So we cross-dock the product when it arrives. We don't unload it and put it on a shelf and then take it off. We unload it. We have a batch process that'll spit out all the information we need, the shipping labels and so on and so forth. We tag it and away it goes. So that was our first exposure to Oz. They did a wonderful job with that, and it kind of stayed that way for a handful of years. Then Lionel enters the mix. Lionel, with all its opportunities and the higher volume and of shipping that we have, bringing in other channels that we didn't have before to deal with, we went back to Oz and said, hey guys, here's where we are now. Let's keep moving this. We continue to this day. We have some open projects with them now, some ideas that we came up with, again, to continue to improve our operations. Our Senior Director of Logistics and Warehouse Operations is here, Ethan Previtt. He had an idea that we started talking about last summer, and our first thought was, I don't think that'll work. So we mulled it over a little bit. We got a hold of the guys at Oz and we said, hey, we're thinking about this. What do you guys think about this? And they had some great ideas on how we've taken concept that originally we didn't think would work to now it's being worked on and should be in production in the next 4 weeks or so. We never stop trying to improve. You know, we're always trying to figure out how we do it better, faster, cheaper, right? And so we'll step back and go, let's take a piece of our fulfillment process or our receiving process or our inventory management process and let's see if we can improve it. You know, what's the pain points we have with this, whether it's duration or accuracy or whatever. Let's step back and continue to improve it, and then we'll get a hold of our friends at Oz in Descartes and say, hey guys, help us out here. This is what we're thinking. What do you guys think? Can it be done, or do you have some other kind of ideas that may continue our journey about improving how we operate? One, find a partner that, of course, is responsive to your needs. Who would pick a partner that wasn't? Second piece is what we think is essential is somebody that's willing to customize their product to meet your environment. I didn't want to take our operating methods that we have in place, good, bad, or ugly, they are ours, and go to somebody else's software solution and change our process to meet their software solution. Find a partner that's willing to meet you and bring to you what you need, not you taking your processes and changing them to meet what they have. And again, somebody that's knowledgeable and creative, inventive in the area that can bring best practices to you. And you can take those best practices and implement them, make them better or whatever. So, it's finding a true partner that is interested in your business and interested in helping you improve your business.